Anderson is one of my favorite film directors and also one of many auteurs in modern cinema. One of my favorite films, The Royal Tenenbaums, starring the late Gene Hackman, got me into the Criterion Collection, although after that, another film that I saw in college would lead me to learn more about the international films in the Criterion Collection. And I was thinking that somehow the Criterion Collection might release probably a box set containing all the films that Wes Anderson made. And I've been with Wes Anderson, I mean, his films are kind of interesting in the sense that, of course, how they're presented, how detailed the story is, and also probably the comedy in it too. And also very appealing too to actually see the films, although his more recent films, I mean, kind of feel very period pieces. But yeah, apparently somehow this morning, at the time of recording this, a Criterion Collection announced a new box set, which actually has, almost all the films they made so far, and 10 films in total, over a period of 25 years. I mean, and that box set is called the Wes Anderson Archive. And the interesting about this box is that it has 10 of the films that are soon will all be in the Criterion Collection. Actually, probably in available in 4K for the first time. Although I mean, at least one of them might have had a 4K release before, but I mean, at least that I'm aware of, this might be the first time these films will have 4K transfers, and it will be a dual format box set, which I've probably shown a few segments. But first, let's read the little description about the box set. Wes Anderson's first 10 features represent 25 years of irresistible creativity, an ongoing ode to outsiders and quixotic dreamers, and a world unto themselves graced with a mischievous wit, a current of its existential melancholy that flows through every captivating frame. I mean, a common theme in most of his films, including his next film, The Phoenician Scheme, which will probably release in my area probably next week, does involve a-holes being father figures. I mean, the Royal Tenenbaums involve an a-hole trying to get along with his family again, and then Fantastic Mr. Fox, you have an a-hole trying to get along with his son. In The Life Aquatic, apparently Steve Zissou trying to get along with his newfound son, and then in the Grand Budapest Hotel, where Gustav H becomes a father figure to one of his lobby boys. And then but yeah, I mean, but also he does at times probably do go through various issues, especially in the French Dispatch, where it does it's kind of like a tribute to journalism, especially the New Yorker. This momentous 20-disc collector set includes near 4K masters of the films, over 25 hours of special features, and 10 illustrated books, presenting the deluxe cloth bound edition, which is very much kind of in the style of his films, which I'm going to show, at least what the box set looks like. See, this looks very Wes Anderson kind of in the way, and then I'll show you a bigger picture later. And they're actually put in actual books with I think in the box set. It might also include possibly a letter from Wes talking about the films. I mean, now I'm not sure if for most of the films in the box set, they've only the Blu-rays disc will probably have the new 4K a transfer, but I mean, I know there's 4K disc too. Looking through this box set is kind of going through an archive. And although this box set is very expensive though, but though it costs $500 US, when a Criterion Flash sale happens, it will probably cost about $250 US at least. So of course in the box set we'll have every film except for we could say his two recent films, which are Asteroid City and the few short films of Roald Dahl stories he did with Henry Sugar and three more. I think that I might possibly get a Criterion Collection release edition soon. So of course it has from his first film, Bottle Rocket, which I'm gonna do some quick thoughts on each of the films. Bottle Rocket, I mean, it's probably his more like modern film in a sense that does have a bit of some of the the types of shots you would see later through his career. And also the beginning of Wes working with one of his frequent collaborators, Owen Wilson, who will also co-write every film up to probably his greatest film of all time. Then you have Rushmore, which is also Jason Schwartzman's first film, and I mean it had a few interesting scenes in it, although it's like the film is the main person in the film, Matt Fletcher, is kind of a bit unusual in that he's like falling in love with his teacher. The role of Tenenbaums, I've probably said this a lot of times, probably his greatest film, and since that's probably the film that probably brought a lot of people to the Criterion Collection, at least. The Life Aquatic, I mean, it was a beautifully shot film and had a lot of interesting scenes in that. The Jane Limited was maybe kind of good film in a way. Even in the prologue of the film, Hotel Chevalier, where you apparently see Natalie Portman with no clothes. Fantastic Mr. Fox, which he does an animated film and have that vibe of a film by Wes Anderson, plus somehow it feels like a children's film too. I mean, Wes Anderson's also a big fan of Will Downing, who'd later make Henry Sugar and 3 more. Moonrise Kingdom, initially I thought it was good in the sense, although probably that one of the main people in it apparently might have been depressed, but then if I watch it a few years later after when the Criterion Collection edition of the film was released, then I kind of like it more since we kind of find out why he's depressed. The Grand Budapest Hotel was many people would probably consider his greatest film of all time, although I mean it had some funny scenes too, especially the thing with the boy with Apple. But it's kind of been probably his most violent film in a sense, I think. And then after that, I think probably The French Dispatch. Isle of Dogs, which is the second animated film, and actually this is one of 2 films that are actually finally having Criterion Collection editions, which it's a hint that there might be individual releases of these 2 films. I mean, with Isle of Dogs, I mean it was good. I mean, I even met the storyboard artist on that film as well as the Grand Budapest Hotel actually a few years ago. Although some people probably said that the film is kind of racist in a sense. And then The French Dispatch, which I mean it's a good film, but probably maybe not one of his best films. And then there's I do like this whole the segment with Rowan Wilson's character apparently talks about the town where the magazine is apparently in, and also the little segment with Jeffrey Wright's character apparently founds this chef. I mean the segment with Frances McDormand's character was also kind of interesting. You also have Timothée Chalamet in that little segment where they kind of tackle on politics and photography, and then the segment that involves the artist Moses. I mean that had a lot of innuendo in that segment, and also Adrian Brody's character saying a lot of swear words in that segment. So let's see what the box set includes. The Raptor approved 20-disc 4K UHD and Blu-ray Special Edition. Collection includes new 4K digital measures of all the films, supervised and approved by Wes Anderson. I mean, most probably also supervised by, let's say, his director of photography. Well, some of them were Robert Yeoman, and then I think some of his recent ones, probably Dick Pope, which passed away recently. I mean, he did the cinematography on The French Dispatch, I think. And then, but yeah, I mean, so for sure that these transfers are going to be are going to be of the way Wes wants the films to be seen. Of course, half the disc will have the films in 4K with Dolby Vision, and the other half is the film plus the special features. And it has a variety of special features, nearly over a day's worth of special features, including audio commentaries, interviews, documentaries, deleted scenes, auditions, short films, home movies, commercials, storyboards, animation tests, archival recordings, still photography, discussion, analysis, and visual essays. English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, plus essays by a variety of people, which were in the I mean, in the original releases of the Criterion Collection editions of most of his films, which they might put them in the individual books, or they're going to put them all in a booklet. The box set is designed by Matt Matthews. And then there's a little commercial for the box set, which when I saw the footage of the films in the box set, I mean, it kind of looked better than ever before, or I could say, never looked so good. Let me just show you a little close up of what the box set looks like. Yeah, there it is. Yep, there's the little letter from West. Oh, I mean, they put the books probably on the left side. I'm sure it's on the very left side of the package, but the right might be where they put the book. I think it has all the essays. I think, but yeah. So I mean, at $250 during a flash sale, I mean, it's gonna be worth it. Although I mean, there is probably other boxes I could possibly get, including like the Wong Kar-wai box set, World of Wong Kar-wai, and the box, the Antoine Doinel box set, which includes the 400 Blows, which so I also like to watch two at least. But yeah, and oh yeah, back to these. But I mean, yeah, so I mean that's the new Wes Anderson box from the Criterion Collection, which will be available on September 30th. I do have half of the films in the set, but I mean, well, I mean, there's a case. I like this, like, unless if let's say the like Isle of Dogs and the French Dispatch have like individual releases, and it might have more interesting packaging and bonuses too. I mean, like with some of the Criterion Collection releases, but there's some bonuses with releases of his films, like the map of the world of Rushmore and the Criterion Collection edition of Rushmore. To oh yeah, like a map of the apartment, like house that the Tenenbaums live in. The Criterion Collection version of the Royal Tenenbaums. Even a replica of a magazine that was seen in the Moonrise Kingdom in the Criterion Collection edition of Moonrise Kingdom. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, I mean, they will probably release the Criterion Collection editions of Asteroid City and Henry Sugar and three more, and then eventually the Finnegan Scheme. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of what are your thoughts on the Wes Anderson Archive box set? You could put your thoughts probably in the comments, and also if you enjoyed this little video, I mean, you could probably subscribe to the channel, probably make more videos about film. And then I'll see you later. Bye bye.